Food obsession. It may feel isolating, like no one can relate. We know what that's like at Overeaters Anonymous, when you feel like food has taken over your life, feeling helpless. Should I eat or not eat 24/7? You may feel like you're struggling alone. But real healing and recovery are possible, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. One day at a time, we recover from compulsive eating together. Overeaters Anonymous has your back. The OA community has meetings in person and online, resources, and help for what you're going through. And we're totally anonymous, so you can just be yourself. You are not alone. Visit OA.org today.
Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome, biggity back, y'all. Hey, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello. My name is Kelsi, and I'm here to talk to you guys every day of the month about my VSG journey and other things. It's my hope that through these videos, you are able to find the answers to questions you've been looking for, or the path to choosing surgical weight loss is made that much easier. Welcome back, you guys. And as you can see from the title, we are going to be talking about something a little more serious in this video. You guys, I like to be as transparent with you as possible. I like to be as realistic with you as possible. I try to be as open and honest and just flat out about everything that I'm going through, because I feel in my heart that there is someone going through that same thing that either can't speak about it, doesn't feel comfortable speaking about it, or doesn't have someone that they can kind of confide in about what they're going through. So I made the decision to join Overeaters Anonymous. I struggle with food addiction. I have made videos about this. I have talked about this. I have addressed it. I talked to my therapist, but it seems like as I am progressing in my post-op life, my compulsions are coming back tenfold. Whether it be, a trigger from work, a trigger from family, a trigger from, my relationship, my home life, being in social settings, my compulsions have come back tenfold. And there's a lot of times prior to Overeaters Anonymous that I didn't know what to do with those feelings and those thoughts. And so I started eating things that I wasn't supposed to be eating. Not because, I just had to, but because they were there, they were accessible, and they don't bother me. I am, unfortunately, one of those people who does not have the dumping portion of this surgery. There are things that make me kind of dump, or I feel like I teeter and totter with dumping, or I teeter and totter with not feeling the best, but it doesn't last a long time. I don't feel horrible, and so even if I eat something I'm not supposed to, I'm able to kind of bypass those feelings, and that whatever I'm going through, it's not hard enough to deter me from eating things that I'm not supposed to be eating. So about a week ago, I made a post in my Facebook group. I went live and I was talking about the things that I was struggling with. If you're not following my Facebook group or my social medias, you may want to do that, because there are times when I come on there and I hang out and I talk to my members and anyone who supports me about things that I may not always get a chance to post on YouTube. A lot of those times it's real raw and uncut, and you guys are able to see more about what's going on with me outside of a pre-recorded video. I have been struggling, like I said, with eating things that are not good for me. I'm struggling with holding myself accountable. I'm struggling with, maintaining a proper exercise regimen. I'm struggling with doing the things that I need to do to further my weight loss. And I kind of feel like I am self-sabotaging at this point. I didn't know that was something that I do until this surgery. I have began to kind of turn on myself. And so after that, I was so distraught. I was so upset. My therapist was not available. My therapist, we have, certain days that we meet. I could email her anytime, whatever. But this was one of those moments where I needed an immediate someone to talk to. My significant other, God love him, he doesn't understand. My best friend, God love her, she doesn't understand. There's no one in my life that understands what I'm going through. And every time I talk about, binging or wanting to, I have compulsive desires to eat food that are not good for me, people don't understand. I feel like I can't talk. I don't know. I feel like when I get emotional about things, I stumble over my words. So I was laying in the bed and I was just searching, eating compulsions, things, that you can do to kind of counteract that and what you can do to help battle food addiction. And, I've read so much literature and done so many things in preparation for my channel and making videos. I thought that I had done everything I could until I stumbled upon a link, and it was called OA Anon. And I was like, what is this? And so I click on the link, and it's a whole anonymous group dedicated to binge eaters, food addicts, and overeaters, who do compulsively eat and binge. And I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of like in denial. Like, I was like, do I need to go to Overeaters Anonymous? Do I need this? Is this where my addiction is? Is this where this is what it's come to, that you would just have no self-control over yourself or your compulsions or your desire to eat things that are not good for you, that you have to do Overeaters Anonymous? And I sat there for a second and myself was like, yeah, it is. So they do have, remote meetings that are done through Zoom, because I was like, I don't know if going to a physical meeting is going to be the answer for me. So I went in, and it just so happened that it was 7:15 that night, and it was 7 o'clock that night, and it just so happened that the meeting was starting at 7:15. So I clicked on the link for the Zoom. I was nervous as all get out, and I was sitting literally in my bed. And I was like, Lord, if it's meant for me to be in this group, if it's meant for me to take something from this group, please make this easy. I don't want to feel ashamed. I don't want to feel embarrassed. I want to feel welcomed. So I joined the group. The group shortly thereafter, and it was an amazing feeling. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Serenity Prayer. Of course, it's done in all of the anonymous, meetings, the NA, AA, SA, which is Narcotics Anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous. I think it was Shopaholics Anonymous. Those are actual addictions, and they have anonymous groups for that. And they started off with saying, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the wisdom to change the things that I can, and the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And just like I got emotional now, I got emotional in that moment, because that prayer within itself is so powerful. It's so amazing how that one, little blurb of words speaks so much to addicts, and it speaks so much to those struggling with compulsive behaviors. And not only that, just people who are going through things, who are in the midst of a storm in their life. And it's like, Lord, help me to accept that I can't change this, but I can work so hard to reroute what's going on. So the meeting, it lasted 3 minutes, and of course I introduced myself. I am Kelsi. I am a compulsive eater and also a food addict. I was, accepted, and I was, welcomed, and they had so many positive, uplifting, and encouraging topics that they talked about. I listened to people who had stories that were the same as me, and I was ashamed because I have had a bariatric surgery, and I still am fighting compulsions to eat recklessly. I am still fighting compulsions to do things to my body that is not okay. And that shameful. It's shameful. And when I did my live on my Facebook group, I talked about how I felt like I've lost my reason why. I always told you guys to always find and keep your reason why. And I feel like I've lost my reason why. I feel like I've lost my reason. Why did I do this? I know why I do this, but I feel like I've lost that commitment. I feel like I've lost that steam. So I went through the meeting, and I was able to really take in everything and enjoy it. And it really helped bring me out of that dark place that I was falling into. I don't know how many of you guys are struggling with overeating addictions, with food addictions, with any type of compulsive addictions of that nature. If you are interested in joining Overeaters Anonymous, I am going to link the group or the link to the groups down below. Don't be ashamed of what you're going through. Don't be ashamed to talk about your feelings and to try to understand what's going on up here to cause you to do the things that you're doing to your body. I am so thankful for Overeaters Anonymous. I have gone to 9 meetings at this point, and they have been fantastic. On my lunch breaks, like, it just kind of happens, and I feel like nothing happens, things don't just happen for no reason. I feel like God makes, he has a perfect vision for our lives. And it seems like almost every day they're having a meeting around my lunchtime. So while I'm on lunch and I'm walking and I'm trying to do things to ensure that my body is still, getting the treatment that it was 6 months ago, I'm able to listen and talk to other people who are having, the same struggles as me. And it is so strengthening. It is encouraging. It is wonderful to be accepted, to sit next to people at a table, mentally or whatever, who are eating from the same plate as you, who have the same issues as you guys. And you're able to talk freely. No one knows who you are. It's a private, sacred place. And it has been so helpful to me. As I was saying, if you're interested in that, I will link it down below. No pressure. Just check it out. You never know. It may be exactly what you're needing. I just wanted to share that with you guys because it's been so helpful to me. And like I said, I try to be as open and honest and forthcoming with you guys as I possibly can. This is my journey. This is the real, this is the raw, this is the uncut. Through all of the antics and through all of the laughs and through all of the backgrounds, I'm still a real person with a real life who has real struggles. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. If you haven't and you would like to, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video. It lets me know that you like my content. And also, if you haven't, please make sure to join my Facebook group. Not only is Overeaters Anonymous a good place to talk about hard things, so is my Facebook group. A lot of wonderful people who are on the same path as you, who want to talk, who have a lot of questions, who are either answering questions, who are in different stages of their journey, and they're all there for each other. I love you guys, and I will check you out later. Gator. Bye.